Basketballs are made to... Wait, let me move this carpet. Basketballs were made to be dribbled. Footballs were not. They're shaped like an egg. The whole point, or people talk about like the, part of the appeal of the football is the randomness of where it lands because of the ergonomics. That's not the wrong word. The dimensions of it. A basketball straight up and down. This thing, whoa, it's past the 5-yard line. Everyone can practice their handles with basketball. Look at me right now. Look at me, huh? So that gives you an idea of my current skill level. No basketball today. What if I could be the first person who figures out how to dribble the football? Then in theory, I could join the NFL because I could just be, they'd be like, oh no, it's a turnover. And I'd be like, no, it's not. So let's dissect this. Let's solve this problem from step one. If I drop it like this, there's no telling where it'll go. But if I can change my droppage so that maybe it's on this more bulbous side, it actually bounces a bit. So hold on, let me try that. Let me try spiking it into the ground like that, because this is how you usually spike it is the shaboinky end. But if you do the bulbous end, and that's the video, folks. It's that simple. Fuck your mother. Video is a good idea. Basketball made to do it. Football not made to do it. You figure out how. You figure out why. I feel like we need to take a step back from the football for a sec. Good. Let's get back to basics. Let's get back to basics with the basketball. God, it's so conducive to dribbling, the way that a football is not. But can you pass? That's a different video. One day we'll do. I learned how to pass, spiral pass. I don't know a lot about terminology. Are we still recording? But that's not what you came for. You came for me to dribble. I got really lucky that one time. Let me just try simply dropping it. Okay. That's too high. Let's find more of an equilibrium on this thing. What if I drop it? Baby steps, right? Sometimes when you're learning how to dribble basketball, let me find that thing again. Where it's somewhere in here. Sometimes when you're learning how to dribble a basketball, you start really low, like here. That would make sense. Why is it when you don't even dribble a basketball like this? That would be bad and dumb. So why was I doing that with the football? And the football's mass is completely different. Why would I start? Okay, no, it seems pretty variable. But look, let's use the let's use the scientific method here. Dude. Okay, if I apply too much force, that's when it goes, well, papa, So like, watch this. When I spike it, it goes whichever dang direction it wants to go. But if I just drop it, that's the difference, right? When you're dribbling a basketball, you want to apply force. And I think that's what a newbie would fall for. You would assume that to dribble a football, you'd go. But you don't. This one's all about a tender touch. Watch this. Now I know how to dribble a football. Fuck, that was too soft. Since there's no rule against double dribbling in football, I think I might start with two hands, because I think that helps balance it and give it an even keel. Get a rhythm. I'm dribbling a football! But can we go higher? Let me try slightly higher. I feel like if I could just crack this thing, it might change the whole game forever. Oh, that's tech. That's tech. It's almost like you want to upheave it a bit. It's almost like you want to downheave it a bit. No one does it the way I do. Here's the other thing too. I think there's a bit of a specified frequency. It is a variable of where it's going to go. But if I can adjust my brain, I still think given enough time, I can adjust. Because as long as I'm able to gather it. It's a stupid fucking video. So you tell me, did I learn how to dribble a football? Why don't you write a comment about how much you like that I tried to do this? Also, I was considering like a potential hack I could do is I could just wrap as many rubber bands around this as possible, which I probably would do in this video, but I have no precedent for a video like this on my channel, and the idea of getting a bunch of rubber bands to put around this to make it more spherical rather than ovular sounds like a pain in the ass. That feels more like a follow-up video. Let me know what you're thinking if you want to see that. I think this might be the beginning of it. I don't think it's the end of it necessarily, unless you do. Tell me if it's the end of it, and I'll probably just do something else. But this is better than most people. I think I'm in the top 0.35% of football dribblers at this. Oh, my lower back's pulled. Maybe the strat's getting on your knees. Oh my God. Let's try and get 10 in. Okay, I need to stop hitting this. We talk about variables. Let's just throw out a random number. If you're hitting the bulbous surface of it, let's say there's 10 different variable directions of like places for it to go, right? Somewhere around in this arc or these multiple arcs, right? If I actually cared about anything, I would draw a bunch of like arrows and diagrams in the edit. It's not gonna happen. I don't care enough. Yeah, so the meta's definitely pretty much right underneath where, maybe I don't drop it right on the seam though. Maybe I do drop it. No, the seam's probably, wait, that could be tech. I'm dropping it not on the seam, but on like an actual, like, you know, the cantaloupe of the ball. Yeah, I think when it's on the seam, it becomes, you can't quite tell, but looking at the seam, it seems like there's a bit more sphere to it. This looks a bit flatter. So, gosh, I wish I could like do something to make it more consistent. I can probably use these two fingers as a guide. That gets me a little more consistent, I'm not gonna lie. At that point, it's just quick micro adjustments. A little bit of flicking. Just make sure I have it back repositioned in the right spot. That's a little more consistent. I do think being on your knees is tech. I think that's better than the squat. Oh, let's try it again one more time. The problem is, and probably what you might be saying right now, and what I might be thinking, and I am thinking it, is it's not really a dribble. If I'm gathering it every time, technically in basketball, that would be considered a double dribble. You can't gather the basketball and go right back to dribbling again. It's not legal. But you also have to consider the fact that it's a football and we're not playing basketball, so the rules are different. So yeah, I think I dribbled a football. I wish that was on camera. This is what happened on camera when it cut away, and I just want you to see it. It went like, you know, it was more of that. It was more of that. It wasn't like it moved away. It was more of like a, yeah, I was doing this, but for a longer period of time, and you like that.